Hello, everyone. Welcome to the semi-finals of the VG Casters Cup. I'm Jake, the captain of the 5-move Volcaronas, and we get a rematch against Ben Kiriakou and the Sinister Sableyes this week. You may remember during the regular season, I think I played him week 3, and I had a lot of mechanics wrong when it comes to Dondozo and Tatsugiri. Not a lot of mechanics, just the Parasong mechanic wrong when it comes to Dondozo and Tatsugiri, and that was my entire game plan. And so everything fell apart almost immediately, and I got brutally demolished. But we're back with some updated ideas. You see that I finally brought Meowstic, and it I think is going to be a really important piece of this match as well. So kind of cool that I finally get to use my 12th Pokemon there. Let's just jump right into it. I believe Ben swapped out what's it called? The Cyclizar for Toxtricity, so he made a swap during the season to update some of his Pokemon. Otherwise, his 12 should still be the same. The Dondozo Tatsugiri is obviously a scary combination, but the Ursaluna Blood Moon, Sinistra Grimmsnarl are all pretty important as well. So I have some ideas for how to combat him this time. I'll start with Goldengo. It is Terra Grass. It is purely defensive. I thought Grass was solid into Dondozo and Blood Moon. It resists the ground type attacks that might be thrown its way. I decided to go with Leftovers because part of my strategy for going up against Dondozo this time around is just kind of sitting Grass Goldengo in front of it and hitting Recover a bunch of times. I went with Make It Rain Thunderbolt because that allows me to hit the Dozo super effectively, just get a little bit of chip damage on it while I'm also getting a lot of my health back with Leftovers and Recover. I don't have Nasty Plot or like any kind of boosting item, so I'm a little worried about its damage output into everything else, but this is kind of solely a Dondozo check for this matchup, and so we'll see. I still have Make It Rain is valuable into stuff like Grimmsnarl and Cryogonal, and so hopefully the lack of like Nasty Plot or more offense won't be too bad for me. But we'll see. Down to Meowstic, I'm running Infiltrator because it allows me to get past screens. So Light Screen, Reflects, Grimmsnarl, and Cryogonal both learn those. And it's kind of just the best option here for Meowstic. It does get competitive, but I don't really anticipate any kind of stat-dropping attacks to be too relevant here. And of course, there's no Intimidate on Ben's team. Fake Out is really nice just for a little bit of support and disruption. Psychic Noise was my attack of choice just because it can stop the healing from Sinistra, it can stop the leftovers on Dondozo, and I'm not really needing like Psychic for maximum offense. Like it's not really what Meowstic is here for. Fake Tears is nice though because it allows me to support the Hydreigon and the Goldengo. So this sort of makes up for the lack of Nasty Plot on Goldengo, but it's nice to just reduce the special defense of all of Ben's Pokemon, since I'm kind of expecting the like Light Screen Grimmsnarl set again. This can help me bypass the damage mitigation from Light Screen as well. And then Protect just to give me a little bit of safety here. I'm Terra Psychic. I didn't necessarily see the need for any other Terras here. I am Focus Sash, so like defensive Terra didn't necessarily seem too useful, and again, I just kind of figured if I need a little bit of extra offense in a pinch, I can use the Terra Psychic here. But I think if I'm terrestrializing Meowstic, something has gone horribly wrong. So let's maybe not rely on that too much. Altaria, I am running Haze Altaria again here. Natural Cure, just because there's no weather to stop with the Cloud9. My other half of my Dondozo game plan is this Altaria. I am Habenberry in case it is Order Up Dondozo. I think that's one of the only things that can heavily threaten the Altaria coming out from Dondozo, so I'm just adding that extra insurance there. If I can get Altaria in and go for Haze, that means I can just kind of plop Altaria Goldengo in front of the Dozo, burn it with Will-O-Wisp, possibly haze away any other like Order Up boosts it gets later on, and then just start throwing out some damage with like Draco Meteors and Thunderbolts. That is really like all this Altaria is here for, so I made it Terra Water. I thought it was another nice kind of defensive option into that Dondozo, but again, I don't really expect to terrestrialize the Altaria here. I did go for Draco Meteors, the attacking choice, into Dozo. I can just Draco Meteor ad nauseum because Unaware will ignore my drops. And if I do really need to clear off my own Draco Meteor drops, I can use Haze on myself for that purpose as well. Azumarill, and I'm back to running the Life Orb set. I am just like max speed, adamant Azumarill. A little worried about the bulk. I think one of the nice things about Azumarill is it's pretty decent natural bulk, and I'm kind of getting rid of all of that by running max speed, max attack. But the speed I think is really nice to possibly outspeed stuff like Bloodman or Saluna. I can, if the Braviary is slow, I can maybe catch that out. If for some reason Grimmsnarl has some speed, I'll be able to attack that before it goes. And of course, making great use of the Tailwind as well. I want to be able to outspeed Cinderace and Tailwind, or something like Toxtricity. If I get Tailwind up, I'll need Azumarill to be faster for that. I went with Terra Water. Terra Water because Liquidation has a chance to not KO Blood Moon, and I really want to make sure that I can KO Blood Moon if I need to. So I just went with Terra Water to boost up the Liquidation there. Play Rough, really great neutral coverage, hits Grimmsnarl and Tatsugiri super effectively, which could be really important. And I went with Knockoff for kind of utility, but also because it's a nice way to hit the Sinistra, which could be otherwise a decent swap into Azumarill. Down to Hydreigon. I'm back to the... Actually, I don't know if I'm back to it. I don't know if I've used this set yet. It is the Scope Lens Focus Energy set. This felt like another good way to have like setup into Dondozo that can't be ignored by Unaware. Also pairs very nicely with Fake Tears Meowstic. And what this allows me to do is use Focus Energy once, guarantee critical hits, and hit through Light Screen as well, which I think could be really useful here. That's what Ben brought against me last time, I believe, is like Light Screen plus Blood Moon and Dozo. And this is a nice way to get around that. There was really no other choice for Terra here except Steel. Terra Steel plus Levitate is insanely good into Ursaluna Blood Moon. You are immune to Earth Power, you resist Hyper Voice and Blood Moon. It is kind of the only option. And it pairs nicely with Flash Cannon, which I wanted anyway to be able to hit the Grimmsnarl. And then I was between Draco Meteor and Dark Pulse, but I went with Dark Pulse just for more consistent damage. I felt like with the critical hits, Draco Meteor wouldn't be as necessary. And of course it is another like decent Sinistra check, which could get annoying. Also, not having to rely on 90% Dracos just feels kind of nice sometimes too. But I did consider Draco Meteor over the Flash Cannon there. Finally, down to Talonflame. I did go with Terra Grass on his Covert Cloak once again. That is just to get around any possible fake-outs. Grimmsnarl, Hitmonlee. I think those are the only two, but could also be helpful in the instance of something like Icy Wind Cryogonal, if Ben decides to bring that. The Covert Cloak, just nice in general for making sure that Talonflame's doing what it needs to be doing. And I do just have the kind of a standard support set here. Brave Bird for the attack. There's nothing like that with the Sash that I would want Dual Wing Beat for here. Taunt is nice for Sinistra. It's nice for stopping Tailwind and Braviary. It can be nice for shutting down Grimmsnarl. Tailwind is obvious. And then Will-O-Wisp is also really nice for Dondozo. That is why, again, I'm Terra Grass. Same reasoning as the Golden Go. Just a nicer way to have Talonflame in on Dozo, so I can possibly burn it and then go from there. But the burn could also be really nice for something like Braviary. Could be a little bit of an annoying Pokemon. Hitmonlee as well, Greedent. And in case he brings like Belly Drum Greedent or something, I'm just trying to cover for all the options here. But that is the 6. This is the semifinals. So if I win this, I get to move on to the finals. If I lose, that will be the end of the season for the 5-move Volcaronas. So let's jump into the battle. All right, let's do it. Semifinals against Ben and the Sinister Sableyes. Jumping right in. He didn't even bring the Dondozo. Oh my. Okay. This could be interesting. My weird little Golden Ghost set is a lot worse here, but otherwise, kind of okay. The Steel Hydreigon's also still very good. Very, very good, actually. Wow. Let's see. I'm a little bit thrown off by the Nodozo. I've planned so hard for this and wasn't going to have my mechanics wrong this time. I think I still kind of got to lean into Hydreigon, especially without like a nasty plot on this Golden Go. But means I just kind of don't need to bring Altaria at all, and I don't mind that. Kind of like Meowstic here. It gives me Fake Out. Fake Tears is still really good. Azumarill is solid, and like endgame Talonflame for like the Tailwind and Brave Bird and stuff. This is gonna be alright, I think. Yeah, I never really considered the idea that he just doesn't bring Dondozo, so well played. Hopefully I didn't like give up too much in team building to like cover for Dozo, and like this Golden Go I fear is going to be a little bit useless, but we'll see. Snow Breviary, sure. Frisk. Interesting. So it's not prankster. That's the word I'm looking for. I feel like I should just go straight for the Terra Steel here. There's like nothing that really scares Steel Hydreigon here, and I'm gonna fake out the Braviary just to prevent it from getting a Tailwind up. I wonder if it's like Bulk Up Grimmsnarl or something like that. Ben, what did you do? We get the Fake Out off. He also has Fake Out. Okay, that's fine. Trade those. Yeah, no Covert Cloak. Alright, so we're kind of at square one here, but it does mean I can just go for another Focus Energy. I think I want to swap to Azumarill, because I don't gain much from leaving Meowstic on the field here. Let's find his Terras. Grimmsnarl is Steer, Grimmsnarl is Steel, Braviary Ghost, Cryogonal Fire, Toxtricity Flying, Ursaluna Water, Sinistcha Electric. So, mostly expected stuff. Tailwind does come through. I'm really curious. Low Sweep. Oh my goodness. He's getting me pretty good here. Grimmsnarl with Steel. Okay. So do I think he goes straight for like the Terra Steel on Grimmsnarl? I'm gonna protect Hydreigon. Just make sure I don't get swatted away by another Low Sweep. And I'll play rough. Braviary, I think. Just to not get baited by a Terra Steel here. Dual Wing Beat makes sense. Pretty strong. I could have hit the Grimmsnarl, that's a little annoying. Oh, he just... okay. It's I don't know if that mattered. I'm guessing it probably didn't, because he's probably like an offensive Grimmsnarl, but this isn't going well. Flash Cannon you. I just gotta go for a Tailwind here. Oh, Ben, what have you done? I'm getting clowned on once again. Yeah, that's what I was scared of too. Braviary can carry fighting moves. Alright. This game's gonna be a loss. Yeah. Although, my Golden Go actually probably is really solid against this combination of Pokemon. So like maybe there is something to be said about bringing that. Because if Braviary's dual wing beat close combat, it's either got like a normal move or just protect. I do want to see if this Grimmsnarl is covert cloak, so I'm just going to go for the fake out here. If it's not cloak, I'm guessing it's something like assault vest. I could see that being the case. Okay, not cloak too, so good to know at least. I don't want to show what I have on this Meowstic, so I'm really just gonna keep faking out. It truly doesn't matter at this point. There's like really nothing I can do to claw my way back from this one. Sucker Punch. We've seen Sucker Punch, fake out, low sweep, and what's it called? Spirit Break. Good to know. I'm just gonna keep doing this. It like doesn't matter. I cannot win, so I don't want to reveal other moves on Meowstic here. He knows it's Sash, so that's all I want to give him. Trying to think of how to progress now. Yeah, he wanted to protect to try and not reveal a third Pokemon. Makes sense, but I at least get to see one more thing. I would be shocked if Blood Moon wasn't brought, so I'm guessing he'll bring that in. Spirit Break to finish off Meowstic. I will get to find out one final Pokemon from Ben before I lose this game. Yeah. I guess I'll get to find out how much... Actually, no, I won't, because I'll just knocked out by Sucker Punch here. That's fine. Okay, rough game one. That's alright, we can bounce back. My Will-O-Wisp Talonflame can be really nice here. That could be a nice way to slow down that Grimmsnarl. I do think Golden Go could still be alright, however, not having Nasty Plot makes it a lot worse into this team. Hydreigon and Azumarill are also both still good if I'm just a bit more careful with them. I'm wishing I had brought Vivian now so I could like Rage Powder with Hydreigon, but such is life. I might... Maybe it's something like this. I think Meowstic is still alright. The fake out and the like fake tears could be helpful when I get into the like Ursaluna. But by doing this, I can just start punching holes in Hydreigon if he doesn't go for the Terra Steel, which could be nice. I said Hydreigon, I meant Grimmsnarl. He didn't see the Life Orb on Azumarill as well, right? Because it just immediately died. Triangle Toxicity, sure. What I'm very tempted to do is go for Tailwind and then just like Terra Water Liquidation into Tox. But that might be like overcommitting. But also, I don't have great options right now. I'm just going to do that. Overdrive would kind of demolish me. So If this isn't Sash Toxtricity, then I'm hoping this is enough for a 1-hit KO, but I suppose I can't be too sure. Okay, that's good at least. I get rid of Toxtricity. If he does go for Freeze Dry, I'm obviously still going to be a little bit weak to that, and hopefully it doesn't knock me out, but it is just Icy Wind. Very cool with that. Talonflame with the Covert Cloak doesn't lose its speed, thankfully. Azumarill now at -1 may not be able to outspeed too much, but that means I can swap it out if need be. That Toxtricity could have been a big problem, so I am at least happy to have knocked that out. I think I'm going to Will-O-Wisp the Braviary, and then go for another Liquidation into Cryogonal. Just Terra Fire, so it's not going to be able to Terra out of that. It might outspeed Azumarill is the only thing, and if it does, Freeze Dry probably KOs me, but I'm not seeing what other options I have right now, unfortunately. Will-O-Wisp lands, thankfully. Braviary will be burned unless it's like Glum or something, which would be unfortunate. It's not Icy Wind though. Okay, so I should be fine. If he went for another freeze, or if he went for Freeze Dry there, that could have been rough, but thankfully this burn should protect Azumarill quite well. And I'll get the chance to knock out this Cryogonal, most likely. Most likely. Okay, that's the Sash. That's fine. I don't mind that at all. Really all I needed was Azumarill to survive that turn. Excuse me. Now I'm definitely going to be taunting the Braviary to prevent Tailwind from going up, and I'm going to swap Azumarill into Meowstic. I need my speed back for when what is presumably the Grimmsnarl comes in, although it could still be the Blood Moon. I need to make sure that I'm not being outsped in any way here. He just swapped Braviary out. It's going to be the Grimmsnarl. Alright. That's okay. So there's no Blood Moon. Pretty okay with that. This taunt isn't going to do much, but I don't think there's a whole lot this Cryogonal can punish me with either. Okay, fine. That is alright. So I'm just going to Wisp the Grimmsnarl now and go for a Fake Out into Cryogonal. We have seen the Fake Out on his Grimmsnarl, but Meowstic is faster and I'm Covert Cloak, so this Cryogonal slot is guaranteed to get nothing done this turn, which is great. Either he swaps to Braviary or Cryogonal just goes down. Yeah, that's fine. I just get little chip damage on the Cryogonal, which could be useful. Or the Braviary, rather. Hopefully this Wisp lands. That would be lovely. Thank you. So we get Grimmsnarl burned now as well. Both physical attackers being burned is quite nice for me. Spirit Break. Yeah, it is not too much at all. Do lose that special attack, but that's not a big deal. Now what's the right course of action now? I really think... Well, I could actually just set up my own Tailwind, huh? Yeah. I think that's probably correct. Tailwind, and I can Psychic Noise the Braviary or something just to get some damage. Could survive there. This won't do too much, but I think any damage is nice at this point. Okay. I don't mind that at all either, because now I think I just come in with Hydreigon and I just Brave Bird, Flash Cannon, the Grimmsnarl. The Braviary being burned means close combat shouldn't be knocking me out. The only thing is I'm not sure my double up will knock him out either. So I am going out on a limb and assuming this Grimmsnarl is Assault Vest at this point, because we've just seen 3 attacks. So what I want to do is taunt the Braviary. Yeah, I can't let him get Tailwind back up. No, I'm just going to double the Grimmsnarl. I think this is fine. Because if he does Tailwind, I still have the speed for the next couple turns. I doubt that KOs. Oh. Yeah. Okay, did he like double me with Spirit Break? So if he did, that's fine. I should still win with the Azumarill. Low sweep, sure. Burn just barely doesn't knock out. With the lowered defenses, I think this should just be enough for 2 KOs here. And there's no way Grimmsnarl outspeeds Hydreigon, even with the -1. Yeah, that doesn't KO. This should knock out Braviary at -1 defense. Great. Okay, so we're fine. Cryogonal cannot 1v2 here. HP. Why not? Okay, much better, much better, much better. I'm wondering if the Cryogonal didn't even have Freeze Dry. I feel like if it did, he probably would have used it at one of those points when Azumarill was on the field. And so yeah, that means that Azumarill might be a lot safer into Cryogonal than I thought. Brave Bird will seal it up, so we get a game against Ben, our first in 4 tries. But thankfully we are able to get through what I think could have been a really rough start with that Toxtricity. I really am not sure what Toxtricity can be packing. It's Terra Flying, so like the Terra Blast isn't going to be super useful. I wonder if the Flying... Oh, I bet the Flying is just in case I bring Dugtrio. That's kind of smart. Same rules, we get to go to game 3 here. I'm definitely not bringing Altaria. It has no use for me right now. I think there could be a case for the Golden Go. I'm just not sure what that case could be, because as soon as like Blood Moon comes in, and if Cryogonal has Light Screen or something, it's just not going to be doing too much. We'll do these. If I can get a Focus Energy up on Hydreigon, I will be in a really great spot. Like Focus Energy with neutral speed, like no low sweep, and a Tailwind up, that would be lovely. Which actually, I think I shouldn't bring Talonflame first. It should probably be this lead again. Which I don't really love, but we're just going to go for it. It really just depends on what Ben leads. The Hydreigon kind of needs a focus energy to be super useful in this matchup. But I've also, after that first game, I've shown that I don't necessarily need the Hydreigon to win. That wasn't a huge part of that game plan. Azumarill, I think, is a lot more important. But let's find out. Grimmsnarl Tox. Okay. I definitely fake out the Grimmsnarl. I think I just go straight for the focus energy, actually. Yeah, this is pretty nice. Because the best Tox can do here is like Sludge Bomb. Or like Alluring Voice or something. If he has Alluring Voice, I'm just gonna lose. This is nice. This is nice. Because I can fake out... Oh, even better. Even better. Ursaluna? Okay, great. I get the fake out off on the Grimmsnarl. He's gonna Terra right away, too. I mean... I don't know if I could have asked for a better turn one. Quite frankly. This is huge, because now I can Terra Steel and Ursaluna, like, really can't touch me. And I can, like... Oh my god, I can fake Tears. Okay, we're good. Yeah. I Terra Steel, I Dark Pulse the Grimmsnarl, and I fake Tears the Grimmsnarl. Oh, this is all going great. Yeah, Terra Steel, Levitate Pokemon into Blood Moon Ursaluna is very, very strong. The normal type moves are resisted, the ground type moves are immune thanks to Levitate. And so I feel like I'm in a really great spot here. And he protected it. Oh my goodness. This is fantastic. Fake Tears here to have the special defense of the Grimmsnarl. And hopefully this critical hit Dark Pulse will be enough. No, it's not. Okay, not a big deal. Low Sweep does come through. Lose a little bit of speed there. But I might still be faster than Ursaluna, and even if I'm not, a Dark Pulse will do a bunch of work into it. My Focus Sash still being intact on Meowstic is great too. He might Sucker Punch me, but I think I'm okay with that just to get the knockout here. I do wish that Dark Pulse KO'd, but I think I'm still fine. And Ursaluna swaps. Okay. Sinistra's gonna take this Dark Pulse. Oh, that's actually smart. Get to heal up a Grimmsnarl. Good play, good play. Thankfully, the low sweep did less than half, so I'm hoping it won't knock me out here. Oh, I still had speed. Okay, great. Because he didn't Sucker Punch, I'm guessing he went for another low sweep into Hydreigon. Yeah. Yeah, it just doesn't knock me out there. Half speed now. Tox is in. Okay. This could get a little tricky. I need to get some damage into Toxtricity, I think, to make sure that Liquidation KOs it. I don't know if I can do that. Yeah, I think I just have to... I'm going to double it here. Just to get a little bit of damage. Sucker Punch into Meowstic. If this is like Choice Scarf or something, that could be bad. Okay, it's not. Thankfully. Okay, so I'm going to lose both Pokemon here to Overdrive. That's fine. Thankfully, I have Talonflame and Azumarill. I get the Tailwind. I'm going to be able to Liquidation the Toxtricity again, and because I got that Psychic Noise off, it should be knocked out. The Grimmsnarl will have the chance to get an attack or two off Life Orb, yeah. But I don't think that's an issue, because I should be able to stomach at least one. And Grimmsnarl is low enough that I should be able to Brave Bird it with Talonflame to knock it out as well. So this is a very easy Tailwind and Liquidation in the Toxtricity slot. If the Tox swaps out, then Ursaluna just takes a Liquidation, and I'm also fine with that. I think I've put myself in a pretty decent spot here. Trying to think of how this goes wrong. I know there's no covert cloaks or whatever. Grimmsnarl swaps. Okay. Oh, he's probably protecting Tox. Yeah, that's valid. Yeah. Because now he basically forces me to let him Blood Moon me. Ooh. I mean, I have to go for Toxtricity. Right? I don't know if I have an option here. I guess the Ursaluna can't be Life Orb, and it's not Spec since we saw Protect. So I might be able to take a Blood Moon. I'm going to taunt it so it can't protect itself, and I also really don't want to be breaking Gale Wings. Because next turn I want to be able to Brave Bird before the Sucker Punch if... yeah. Oh, that still just KOs. Shit. I wonder if that's like Silk Scarf or something, or if I just have my calcs wrong. I guess I am literally 0 bulk Talonflame. Damn, I think that's the game then. I don't know if Talonflame's going to be able to take this one on its own. Maybe if I had Brave Birded the Ursaluna last turn, but I wanted to make sure I had Gale Wings still intact for this moment. I don't think I could afford to not attack the Toxtricity there, because if I let the Overdrive go off, I just lost both Pokemon. Yeah, but now, I mean, he gets to Blood Moon. I have no way to stop the Blood Moon. If I had Protect, this could be a different story, but I have shown him all my attacks, unfortunately, so I doubt there's a way I take this Blood Moon. Yeah, even if I had Brave Birded last turn, there was no way around that. It's going to be a Blood Moon to presumably knock out the Talonflame, and that will be the end of the 5-move Volcaronas. Really well played by Ben. I definitely over-indexed my team into that Dondozo, and I paid for it. I think it could have worked out pretty well. Obviously, Game 2 went very well, and if I had gotten that Fake Tears Dark Pulse KO into Grimmsnarl, I think this is a much different story, but unfortunately just barely missed it, and the Hydreigon wasn't able to stick around and help me close out the game. Really fun match, and again, also just a really fun season. I appreciate everyone following along throughout this whole journey in the VG Casters Cup, and I'm proud to have made top 4. Everyone here is a pretty stiff competition, but unfortunately that is the end of the line for the 5-move Volcaronas. Stick around. I have some ideas for some fun content I hope to make in the near future, but otherwise, thanks for following along on this whole journey.